Hi everyone, welcome to Viewers Mistakes number 9. This is the series where I rate my viewers from A to F depending on their involvement in risk. It's nothing to do with blame, it's just what they could have done better. I'm pretty certain a lot of my viewers would have already got onto this clip. Where would you stay if you were driving the camera's car? My viewer's mum put themselves in the worst possible place, and they get a D. But if the lorry driver had stayed in the same lane until they were clear of the roundabout, this also wouldn't have happened. They score an F. In this first part of this next clip, I'm just going to have a quick look at my viewer's following distance, because it does play an important and integral part into what I analyse in a minute. At certain parts of this footage, my viewer is travelling at approximately half a second behind the vehicle in front. And even in dry conditions that would be way too close, but the wet makes it ridiculous. This doesn't improve much over the next portion of footage, until my viewer turns the music off to make a call.
Get a piece of the things you can't change.
And now the phone's ringing, they get back to tailgating.
Hello!
Following distances while making a call are still way too close, but they are improved from before. But when the phone call's finished, the switch between this and the radio is when I think my viewer gets distracted, and then crashes. Did you see the little move back to the left not long before impact? The people who have just got hit are obviously a little distracted and get out without securing the car, and it starts to roll.
I just want to ask, are you hurt?
No,
I'm
not.
so sorry.
Calm down.
I'm so sorry.
Calm down.
I have camera as well if you want it.
Calm down.
My viewer's understandably distraught when the recognition kicks in of what's just happened. There are also young children in the car that he's just hit. Thankfully, no one's got seriously injured, but this could have been a lot worse. There's only one person that's going to get a rating in this clip, and it's pretty obviously my viewer, and it's pretty obviously an F. Do you share any similar habits? This is another video where I'm only going to rate my viewer, and it's concerning this vehicle in front. My viewer does the roundabout and ends up following them into the same exit. And you'll quite quickly see that the driver of the vehicle in front is all over the road. This driver in front might be intoxicated, they might be ill, they might even just be old and a little short-sighted. But if you find yourself in a situation like this, the last thing that you want to do is to go past. My viewer was in control. And now they're not. And for this, my viewer gets a C. Why take that risk? Again, this is another situation that I'd be on the phone and reporting this one to the police. My viewer sent this clip in because they thought they made a mistake, but I actually think they did a brilliant job. They did everything that could have been asked of them, and for that reason, I'm going to give them an A. They're trying to turn left at this set of lights, and there's a cycle area to the left-hand side. We can see an indicator's on by the flashing on the advanced cycle box. So although cyclists should have priority in this situation, I'd be really careful if I was cycling that I was going to be missed. The green cycling light has just come on, allowing them to get a head start, and my viewer makes a move forward to show their intentions. They then spot another cyclist coming through, so they wait. There are other cyclists behind, and my viewer wasn't sure, so again, they stop. Driving a lorry in such conditions is a difficult task. Without being positive, this lorry driver was never going to get through the junction. But they still took enough effective observation to make sure risk was zero. Good job. Don't forget, in all of these clips, my viewers hold their hands up and accept their own part in all of these situations, and this clip is no exception. My viewer's approaching a busy junction that's controlled by a mini roundabout. And I think my viewer makes an event out of something that should have easily been a non-event. There's loads to be looking at here, but I think my viewer purposefully causes a problem with the vehicle from the opposite side. And it's this one that we're watching. This vehicle and my viewer both arrive at the giveaway at similar times. I think my viewer is a little touch earlier, but it is quite close. My viewer's turning right and the other vehicle is continuing ahead. So in theory, they should both be able to continue from this situation. But my viewer cuts across the roundabout. The way that my viewer stopped also shows me that they were making a point of it. You could see that coming a mile off, and now they start a verbal interaction with the driver from the other side. And it's only this interaction that I think this other driver does wrong. I think their emerge was okay. I know it's difficult when another driver seems to make a problem out of nothing, but my advice is to drive on and just let them get on with it, although I've struggled with this myself in the past. But for setting such a bad example to children in the back seat, this other driver gets a C. And for being the main contributing factor in this incident, my viewer gets an E. Don't forget the problems and the risk they are both causing by having this interaction in the middle of this busy junction. And another reason why this other driver got marked down so much, because they get out of the car. Don't do this. Ever. In this clip, my viewer said they had a little warning, but honestly, I think they make a mistake that most drivers make. They arrive into this roundabout too quick without being able to see, and then they have to react. The other driver on the right seems to do the same, and then they cut the roundabout really badly. This time it looked as though risk was low, but it's because drivers get away with this on a daily basis so many times that when it comes to that serious situation they still approach at this same speed and then they can hit someone. Look how little my viewer can see to the right hand side. What they should be doing when they arrive at the giveaway is be less than walking speed, and if they were like that they wouldn't have to react in such a harsh manner. Some people might be saying, well, they stopped, didn't they? And I agree, but approaching in this manner gives you very little room for error. And there's going to be one day where you're going to miss something and hit someone. There's also a massive increase in risk of getting hit from behind. Driving in this manner is all too commonplace and it's seen as normal. But for me, it's just not good enough. Both of these drivers get a C. The driver to the right's approach wasn't as bad, but cutting the roundabout like that isn't good enough. People must do better. In this final clip, we've got some lovely footage from a VFO dashcam, but we've got some less than lovely driving. Thanks to everyone who's used the code Ashley to get themselves a further 5% discount and support the channel. Links are in the description. Now, which exit do you think my viewer's going to be taking at this roundabout? They're in the left lane at this set of lights, so they should be taking the next exit. But they don't. Quite often, people make rash decisions when they realise they're going in the wrong direction. And this is the worst thing you can do. Even though the road markings are poor, you can obviously see that there's another lane to my viewer's right that can head into the junction in front. But my viewer decides to turn across this lane to go further round to the right, and for that reason, they get an E. The safest option here would have been to go ahead and then find somewhere to turn round. I'm not sure whether my viewer had spotted the Mercedes. They didn't even seem to react much. But as with everyone who's sent in clips for this episode, I'd like to thank you very much. Your courage is commendable, and many people are going to learn from your mistakes.